1 and a 2 and a 3 and a go.
Yeah. For anybody listening, that was the fourth time he's done that. It took 4 times to actually get the recording going.
Oh, you got to hit the button to hit record and wait for it to
I know it's
say
crazy. It's the first time we've done this,
it's
man.
recording.
No, I get it, dude. It's crazy how
You got to choose where if
it's
is
just,
it going to like record on the cloud or is it going to record on the computer? It's a tough choice, man. You got to it's a lot of work.
don't lie, dude. Have you been drinking this morning?
I've been up all night with sick kids, coughing in my face and throwing up. It's been amazing. It's been a lot of fun.
Have so super excited to briefly touch on some of the questions we've been asking our kids, speaking of
Mm-hmm.
kids.
Yeah,
But before we do that, just probably last year is when my kids finally stopped waiting for me to go in their room and they look at me to throw up, like to throw up on me. For the
yeah,
first 9 years of my daughter's life, that was the thing, dude. Like
yeah.
she'd hold it in and then she'd see me and then be like, "Daddy," bleh. And I'm like, what? We
Mine would
couldn't.
actually come to me and like sit in my lap and then do it.
Yeah, I'm like, why can't we just
Why can't
like
you
just go any
go to the bathroom, go to the toilet?
just go to the bathroom, dude? Like we
Yeah.
could go to the bathroom. Let's do that next time. Anyway, questions. So I've really enjoyed uh and this was something that came from in our mastermind group when the dudes were like we are just talking through different not necessarily challenges. It wasn't a challenge per se. It was just a if there was a challenge, it was to raise our level of awareness and be intentional with our conversations with our kids. Like that would be the quote unquote challenge, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but I loved it because I always think a good baseline, and I've done this, a few times over the years, but never with the same intentionality, nor the level of awareness to actually act on the, the answers to their questions. But I think as dads, parents in general, but dads specifically, our kids, I think we give up too quickly on the question, like on the questions we ask, like, "Hey, how's your day at school?" It's good. All right, cool. Like, and then we move on, right?
What'd you
Or,
do today?
um,
Nothing.
what you do? Nothing. Yeah. Did you learn anything? Nope. What's your
No.
favorite part of school? I already know Jake's favorite part of school every single day. Recess.
Recess.
Okay, dude. And so I started saying, dude, what's your favorite part of school? And you cannot say recess. And now it's like a math. It's either math or I hate math. I don't know, dude. Whatever.
All
But
one word answers.
all one word answers, right? And and we're not much better as adults.
No.
How's your day? Good. How are you? Like we do it as like a greeting. Hey, how's it going today? Good. Like I don't really want an answer. I'm just
Yeah.
I just want to and that was something at my command that I used to like be very, very intentional is I would never accept the first two answers. When I asked somebody how they were, I would never accept the first two, right? So they're like, good. I'm like, no, how are you today? Oh, great, sir. So everything's going well. No, how are you today? And then you get like just be prepared. But with our kids, it's the same thing, right? Get back to what we were talking about. We were challenging each other to go deeper. And so for me, the question, I love this question because one, you don't know what the answer is going to be, but two, there's so much deeper benefit to asking your kids, hey, how can I be a better dad for you?
Yeah.
And one, be prepared to hear some things about yourself that you may not love. But also use it as an opportunity to validate your kids and show them you respect them as thinking individuals who are capable of giving you as the dad, the adult feedback that you will then action and make sure they know that, right? Like, hey, I'm really trying to do this thing that you gave me input on.
Yeah. Well, for your case, didn't one of your kids say that you should just become a professional soccer player? I, I
Yeah.
don't I don't think that'll ever happen.
I mean, you don't have to think it. Like it's not for you. It's not about you. And you
Oh,
doubting me is just fuel. So It's fuel for the fire. So actually, we're no longer business partners. I'm dedicating all my time to training. So I just want to let you know that via Dum Dudes, training for soccer.
Yeah.
And yeah, one told me, my daughter was like, you could be more patient. And that one, I'm like, man. And
It's a tough one.
I'm finding all the areas that I'm very impatient. Even yesterday, coaching flag football, I started getting very impatient in my attitude. And I'm like, man, this should be fun. Like I'm telling these kids to have fun. And I'm like getting pissed off that
Yeah.
they're getting smoked. But Noah, my youngest, was like, you should be a professional soccer player. I was like, okay, let's how do we action that? But we had a good conversation. It was fun. And then Jake said, Dad, you're perfect. And I was like,
Oh.
that's really sweet. But I just want to remind you that yesterday you said you didn't want to be part of this family anymore and that you didn't like me. So I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. I just think there's only one perfect man that ever walked this earth. His name was not David Gutierrez. And maybe there's something else that we can talk about that, and we had a really good conversation. It was very sweet. But yeah,
Yeah.
he said I was.
I think my daughter told me that I yell too much at her little brother, which is probably true. Not probably, it is
Yeah.
true. So I'm definitely working on that. And my son told me that I need to take him on more daddy dates, essentially,
Oh, nice.
um, to spend more time with him, which I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job of, but I guess not. I guess he wants more.
He wants
Um,
more. He
but
wants more.
the point of it is um, to be intentional about like having a connection with your kids and actually having some like more meaningful conversations to get to know them better, for them to get to know you better. And another question that was posed in our group was, um, you know, what does it feel like to be the oldest in the family of the siblings, right? What does it feel like to be the youngest? Another one that I found was, if just fun questions, right? Like you can have fun with this too. Like I asked my son, if you could have any superpower, what would it be? And Wells, my almost 5-year-old, said that his superpower would be shooting marshmallows out of his hands. So we
Useful.
could all have more marshmallows when we're sitting around the campfire and having s'mores. And I was like,
Useful.
boom, love that. So I'm gonna work on that a little bit, getting some marshmallow superpowers.
Yeah, you work on that. Let me know how that goes. Yeah, and I think the bottom line is, man, it is in all of our relationships. I think it would do us a lot of good to ask better questions.
Yeah,
And even more important than asking better questions is actually be willing to listen to the answer
and then do something about it.
and do something about it, right? Like don't ask a question so that while the person is talking, you're just preparing your response to your question. Like, don't do that. Maybe just ask a question. And then if you're like me, this takes work. You have to be very intentional with being like, okay, I'm turning on my listening ears right now because I really care about the answer. It's not that I don't care about the answer. That's not the struggle. For me, it's always, well, I want to add my story. I want to add, you know, eh, the thing that I want to say. And the starting point is a great question. Listen, be willing to listen, and then ask great questions about that can drive actions for you, right? And for your wife as well. I think it's a great thing to it has to be probably frank. My wife she's very much a extreme ownership type person. So she's like, well, I want you to kind of put some effort into thinking how you could be a better husband. Like, don't put it on me. Don't put it all on me. So I do that. I intentionally am like, okay, here's some ways that I think I could be better. Here's some ways I specifically think I can help. How else can I be better? And I think but be prepared, man. If you're going to ask a question, be prepared to genuinely receive the answer. If you're not at a place in life to receive that criticism or that feedback, then don't ask the question because it's not genuine. You don't really want to hear it. Like you have to be in a place that you want to hear it, that you want to be better. And there's a lot of richness to that conversation.
It's good. I have no response because I was just really listening to what you were saying, and it was deep. It's a nice job.
Thanks, man. And by the way, my wife's answer is that she also thinks I'm perfect, which is I love that.
Doubtful.
Love that.
I'm gonna ask her about that. I'm gonna
No,
ask
you don't
her.
have to. Just you don't have to do
I'm gonna
that.
hit her up and just see what her response was.
Just trust me.
Don't be dumb. Be deep. Ask better questions. Listen more. Shoot marshmallows out of your
Shut your
hands.
pie hole. Open your ear holes.
Good stuff. See ya.
See you.